อ Alright, so good morning dear traders, Winston, good to see you. aka Mr. Mayor Forex Trading. Alright, so this morning I've been having trouble with my MetaTrader 5 with the server again. It comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. So it looks like it's going to be one of those days again. We can't do anything on MetaTrader. Hey, whoopee-ki-yay. Now it happens sometimes where MetaTrader, I think their server is just overloaded and just not doing very well. Okay, so we'll see how it goes today. Alright, so last night, now I didn't go live, but I did put in a gold trade as well, and reason being, I saw a jump to the upside and I saw a second run past overruling that previous high over there. So with that second run, as soon as the candle swapped over, I put a buy order in, because in my mind this is now showing me that we've got some upward momentum. I should have actually just put a pre-order in yesterday. On yesterday's video we spoke about this area over here. Let me just revert out a little bit more, where I told you guys this is a solid support. I'll still put the support over there, the green line. I actually should have put a pre-order in, but I forgot. Then I would have been actually in the market there already for a buy. I would have been quite nice up in profit. But anyways, I didn't do it. Then that's trading, So you just take your opportunity when you can, or where you can. All right. So last night I saw. Probably when I checked, I saw the second push already go past that, so I kept an eye on it. I saw it go past and it break that high, so it was my second run over there. And as the candle changed over, obviously did put a buy order in. So we'll see how the gold goes. I've got the slight suspicion we might be working our way back up to the upside here to 2,500 again, as it is a bit below the 2,500, and I know the bulls fought hard for that 2,500 mark. But that's for the gold, so I'm in the gold at the moment. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if we get a push back up to the upside here as well. Now, pertaining to the Euro USD and the Pound USD, so these are two trades that I'm in also at the moment. Let's start with the Euro USD. As you can see, my trading style, this is the 6-hour time frame, so and just mind that every time in between here. It's so irritating when MT5 does that, when their server is just overcrowded or doesn't work. And it's not like it can be my signal, because I'm doing a live video and there's no problems with my live video, so it's not a internet problem. It's definitely a server problem stemming from MT5, and it happens every now and then, where it's just one of those days where they just have so much problems with their servers, and that it's a problem. But anyways, I can still explain what happened and what I'm doing. So as for my trading style that I do, there's a previous low over there. That previous low got broken with this candle right over here. It did a retest, so that is my new low. So what I wait for is a second run to break the new low. Once a candle breaks that new low, I put a sell order in, or if it's to the upside, I put a buy order in, whichever way it is. So according to my trading style, which I've been trading for years, this is the way I'm doing it. And so it's just an easy, there's no 50 rules, or it's just simple. Break of structure, second run break of structure, put in the trade. It's that simple. There's nothing to it. It's a very simple trading strategy, and it's just the way it is. So yes, I did put that order in, and I'm in the trade at the moment. A little bit of a loss, but it's still a long way to go. We still got time, so it's not a problem. The same with the Pound USD. So you have to remember the Pound USD and the Euro USD basically run together in a sense that whatever the Euro does, the Pound is soon to follow, or whatever the Pound does, the Euro is soon to follow. So if you do see on the Euro USD, you see a break of structure, but the Pound is still up there, you would see a Pound break of structure as well. They tend to follow exactly the same path. They very similar, these two. So these two forex pairs, you have to you can actually get a preview of what's going to happen to the one by following the other one, you know. So it's basically a cheat code in in forex. We can jump in a bit ahead of whatever move the euro is going to do, or whatever move the pound's going to do. Because if you do see the euro pulling way down to the downside, while the pound is still up there, you know the pound is also going to pull down to the downside, especially pertaining to the US. Alright, but anyways, I'm in this trade at the moment. This is the profit one that I'm in profit. And as for the gold, I'm still in profit in the gold as well, and I'm waiting for the gold to take that run to the upside, as well as it has broken that previous low over there, which is this one right over here. It's broken it and stayed above it. So I've got a feeling that we might see a gold run back up to the 2,500, 2,526, maybe even right back up to these highs over here. It's all just a we just have to, you know, just be patient and have a look and see what happens to these ones. I'm just going to put these because I'm probably going to use them a bit later on. Again, must stay there. That's it. Alright, so for the Euro US, the Euro Yen, we haven't seen any movement outside this sideways momentum over here. So what I'm waiting for is a break to the upside. I'm waiting for price to break this, and I do apologize yet again. I do apologize for the toyong every now and then in between it. It is so flippin' irritating. Yeah, so very irritating, that toyong. But anyways, just want to make sure everything is still fine there. Yes, all right. So I'm just waiting for the sideways movement just to end, and see a break to the upside on the Euro Yen, and then I will definitely put a buy order in. If I see a break of structure, retest and break of the second high, then I will definitely jump in for a buy opportunity on that one. As it comes to the US Yen, exactly the same. I'm just waiting for this. Was the previous high over there. It did break that high, but there was no second run. That's why I don't just buy as soon as it breaks structure, because it keeps me out of these little fake outs. So you can see a little fake out over there. That's why I wait for a break of structure, retest at a second run that passes the high that broke the previous high. Alright, so it just keeps me out of these little situations like this where it's a little fake out. Alright. There's not much to say on this Wednesday. We don't have a lot happening. You know, there's nothing. I just want to jump in quickly to the US 30, just to show you guys the US 30 as well. And I'm just going to exit out of that one because it's irritating. The toyong. Just close it. Okay. Let's quickly jump to the US 30, the Dow Jones. No, this thing is loading. Everything is loading so slow this morning. Why? Alright, so as for the US 30, like I explained yesterday as well, we at a very interesting level of where I would suggest we see or in my mind, we are supposed to be seeing a little bit of a downward momentum coming from the US 30, as we are on a daily resistance over here. It's been a very solid resistance for a while now. So we did see a little bit of a pop to the upside, a little bit of a fake out and down. So I'm expecting the US 30 to follow this path right back down to the lows over here. And let me just make a line where I do think the next retest will be. Okay, so in my opinion, I think that's where the US 30 is heading. But remember, it's all just my opinion. It's not written in stone. It's trading. Trading is nothing is for certain. You can only do what you think is right. So I do think that we might see the USD follow apart down to this, a little bit of a support over here, and we might see just, you know, some sideways momentum coming from the stock market, coming from the US 30. So we'll have to just be patient and just see as well. So BTC, I just want to go to the Bitcoin features and just have a little bit of a peek in here as well. Now I have been, you know, doing some Bitcoin myself, but I haven't been doing the Bitcoin on the what do you call it? I'm having such a long day already. I haven't been doing the Bitcoin on the demo account, as you know, the demo account there doesn't necessarily want to do the Bitcoin. So I have been doing Bitcoin on my private, on my broker. My broker allows me to do Bitcoin, but only the features, you know. So as for the Bitcoin, I do see a bit of a downward momentum now. I explained it yesterday that I'm going to wait for Bitcoin's price to get to this level over here. I want to see Bitcoin come all the way down to this level. Then I will look for a buy opportunity on the Bitcoin, because I do think that we might see another rally to the upside, as you've seen here. You know, we've seen this little bit of a rally to the upside right over here, which is quite a good momentum coming from the Bitcoin. And I do think that this little bit of a channel going down here is just Bitcoin building up momentum to initiate another jump to the upside, just another jump. But this is a very, very big jump. If I have to look at it from this point of view, it is a significantly high jump coming from the Bitcoin. This is a very significant support over here as well. It was a resistance. Now it's just a nice support. And yeah, so like I said, I'm just waiting for price to get to this level over here. Then I will definitely jump in for a buy on the Bitcoin. That's all I'm waiting for. Coming to the US 100. I just want to have a little bit of a look. So we did do the US 30 at the Dow Jones. We did do the US 30. And if you can follow from the US 30, you can basically apply that same strategy or the same thinking that you had on the US 30, you can apply to the US 100 as well. Okay, so we do see that there is a significant sell-off. There was this little bit of a pop to the upside, but it got cancelled out quite quickly, which tells me that the market is very saturated at this moment. And as you can see from the lower high over here as well, we should see some downward momentum coming from this market. And I expect the US 30, like I said, the US 100 also to make a run back down to these lows over here on the 17.364. I'm expecting a nice run right back down to these lows. And then from there on, we will see where it goes or what it wants to do. So when it comes to the US 30 or the US 100 now, I like trading the US 30, Dow Jones, and the US 100, instead of trading specific stocks like Tesla or, you know, Coke or any of those things. I like trading the US 30 or the US 100. So for those who don't know what the US 30 is, it's the 30 top companies in the States. That's formed in a bundle together, or the top 100 companies on the stock market, on the stock exchange. It's just bundled together. So basically, in essence, it just makes your trading them easier. It's not so volatile. Trading only one stock or one company is very, yes, it can be profitable, but it's also very volatile, especially when news comes out from that company that something is happening, either good news or bad news, and that can happen overnight. Then you get a significant either a skyrocket or a drop in price. So it's very, very volatile. Whereas if you trade the US 30 or the US 100, you get a more steadier movement of those companies, you know. So because it's not just one company, it's now a group of companies. All right, so that's why I like to trade the US 30 or the US 100. It's just, you know, less jumpy, okay, and in my opinion, more safer to trade that than to trade a single stock. Now I do know a lot of guys that, you know, they live off stock trading and only trading one stock at a time and whatever. Yes, and there's potential to make millions in it, like overnight millions. But for me, because I don't sit in front of the computer the whole day, it's and I'm not going to sit and study a company, you know, get all the ins and outs of a company just to see if I want to trade that company or do a sell off on the company, you know. Short sales, I don't have the time for that. Number one, I probably do have the time for that, but I don't want to, and then I don't need to. You know, there are entities like the US 30 and the US 100, which you can also trade. It's also stocks, so you can also just trade it. And it's so nice, and it's much more manageable when it comes to risk. All right, so as you can see, the US 30 does look like it has completed its little bit of a run. Or this is US 100. Getting so lost between the two. All right, so I just want to put that one there. All right, so when it comes to trading stocks or the US 30 or the US 100, I like to use trend lines a lot, as they tend to respect trend lines a lot more than, let's say, the forex itself, like currency pairs and so forth, you know. So or features, you know. So it's a lot more, or your gold and so forth, especially gold and silver. They don't tend to just respect trend lines. That doesn't usually, they don't like to respect trend lines that much. Yes, they do sometimes, but majority of the time you'll get a pop right through and then a pop right back up. So in your mind you'll think, oh, okay, it broke through, so it's end of that trend. Meantime, back the range, it's just fooling you. But when it comes to the US 30 and the US 100, I like to use trend lines because they do tend to respect trend lines a lot more. So if you are trading on the shorter time frames, like the 30 minutes or the 5 minutes or the 15 minutes, your trend lines would look a lot cleaner per se. Let me just go to the 15-minute chart here so I can show you guys quickly what I mean. All right, so I like to on this on the chart, I like to just see where my trend line is. There's my trend line and there's my support. So I go into the daily and I mark off the support and resistance, the daily support and resistance. You can work on a day as well. I just want to show you guys quickly here, just what I'm meaning, what I'm telling you. You can just mark off the daily high and the daily low. So basically, working on a daily candle, you can, for argument's sake, just draw a line quickly there. I just want to do that one. You can mark that, draw another line there. I just want to make this one nice. And say that is especially the start of the day. So there's the new candle that started. Basically, let me mark the top of it. Okay. Let me just change the color here so we can see it. I'm just going to explain to you guys quickly. I just want to change the color so you can see that that is the daily high and the daily low. I'm going to make it purple so you guys can see that. I'm going to make that one also, you know, like a pinkish, purplish color. So it's different to the rest, different to your big resistance or supports. So let's see. Excuse me. Now I can zoom into the 15 minutes. I can open it up so we can see this one. All right. So as you guys can see, that is the daily high. Where is it? That is a daily high. So it came yesterday all the way from there down to there. And we're in the new day. The new day probably started there, and already we see a run down. So what you can wait for in the US 30, that's also what I like to do, is or the US 100. Sometimes when I'm using these daily highs and daily lows, especially if I get into the, if I jump on early, you know, at the start of the day or at the end of the day, then I mark off these. So now you can see that's where the day ended, that's where the new day started. So already for the new day, we are below yesterday's closing. As you guys can see that we are below yesterday's closing. So which means you can either wait for this run, then you know, now you just mark off. Let me just quickly do that. I know it's a bit of a schlep, but it's a very nice way to trade. I also like when I trade these. Now, the first low and the first high that formed. There's the first low after the break, after the new day. So that is the new high there that formed in the new day. So we've got the new low and we've got the new high. So what I'll either wait for is either for price to break yesterday's low, closing low, and then look for a retest and a break of the candle that broke that structure over there, and then jump in for a buy opportunity. Or what I'll wait for now is for the new day's new low to be broken, retest, and then a second run. That, of course, and I do this all my trades, I'll wait for the second run to keep me out of little fake outs. And then once you get a break, a retest, and a break of that high, then a break of that low, the low that broke the previous low, then I will jump in for a selling opportunity, and maybe, because I've already marked off where the supports and resistance are on a daily time frame, so then I will chase this price right back down to here, or I will chase the price right back up to where the previous resistance is, daily resistance. All right, so that is how you can trade the US 30 or the US 100. That's how I trade the US 30 or the US 100 on my live account. That's the way I trade it, and it has been working for me for a while now. I had to suffer the consequences of waiting for the first low because I'm in South Africa. So you know, this is already 4, 5, 6 hours, 8 hours ago, where the new day started 8 hours ago. So I've already missed a couple of opportunities to see where price is. You could have just sold over there. As soon as you see a break, retest, and a second break. That's why I learned to mark off where the first low is of the new day, and then the first high of the new day. And that's how I trade. So now I'll just wait for these structures to be broken, a retest, and then a second run, or break, retest, second run. Then I will jump in for a sell. All right, that's how I trade the US 30 and the US 100. It's exactly the same style, and I've been using that style for years. It's just easier for me. You know, I don't have lots of rules. Some people have got, you know, they've got these trading strategies with 60, 70, 80 rules or 10 rules to follow, you know, and then they've got a whole chart full of bloody fucking thingies all over the show now. This must be green, there must be 3 green dots, and the 80 MA must be over the 40 MA, and cross over there, and they've got they've got such a huge amount of rules when they trade. And you have to be careful for that, because if you do trade but you've got so many rules to follow, by the time you've gotten all your rules and shit done, you've already forgotten what the main thing is that you're doing. You're here trading. Keep it simple. Keep it easy. Keep it simple. There's no need to go and overcomplicate things. Just keep it simple. If you're working with trend lines, stick to trend lines. If you're working with support and resistance, or daily opens and daily close, stick to it. Don't work with trend lines and daily supports and resistance, and then a moving average crossover and a volume indicator, and all those things. All the volume must be over the green line, and you're overcomplicating things for yourself. And don't do it. Like you see, my trading strategy is simple: break of structure, retest, break of the previous low, and that's that. And then I enter the trade. That is it. That is it. There's nothing more to it. I'm not waiting for a volume or a moving average crossover and 3 green dots or 3 red dots, and no. Trading is easy. It's simple. But people, and that's in our nature, we like to overcomplicate shit. We like to overcomplicate cock. And that's where the shit comes in. Don't overcomplicate shit. Just keep shit easy. Just keep it simple. To the point, simple. You don't need to fucking overcomplicate things. And especially if you have your risk to reward, and you've got your money, your management, your risk management in check. It's that simple, that easy. I've seen so many people coming out with trading strategies, and I'll put out a couple of videos of trading strategies that I'm trying, and trying this and trying that and trying this. But you know what I find with all these things, and it's only recently that I've been trying, just to see why people want to do all these things and see what it's all about. And you know what, I find it so irritating and so complicated that I've just given up on it. I don't want to try any strategies anymore. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to make videos like that, crossovers. I don't want to. It's just too overcomplicated, and goes against everything I've been doing for years. So no. You won't see me do that. I trade a strategy. I've got one strategy that I use, and that's that. That's it. Money management, and that's it. You don't. I've got nothing else. I've got nothing else to. I've got nothing else to say. There's just nothing else. Anyways, I'm not gonna take up all your time today. I'm not gonna absolutely not take your time. I just had to explain stuff as it happens, and I hope you find value in the way I trade. If you go onto my previous videos, I do live videos. I go live on Facebook every morning and I trade. I've opened up my trading account there so you guys can all see. Go back to the previous videos. I don't hide anything. It's all open. And it's just pure trading, no bullshit. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and please may you have a great day. If something happens in the market, I'm just going to go over to my trading account now as well, and just put a alarm on this US30, because I do think we might see either a break to the downside or a little bit of a punch to the upside. I did see with gold there was a little bit of an inefficiency, if I am correct. It was the gold. Let me just have a look here quickly. I just want to check something. Well, we at it, not the 15 minutes. I think it was on the daily time frame. I just want to check. There was an inefficiency somewhere. I just have to make double sure. Delete that one. There was an inefficiency that wasn't filled properly. Yes, yeah, right over there. Now this inefficiency wasn't filled properly over here. If you guys know what I mean, this wasn't filled properly here. Let me just move it correctly. So as it is pertaining to the gold, I am in a buying position, but I think I made a mistake by being in a buying position on the gold. As I have seen, what was it? Yeah, this morning as I ran through everything quickly, I did see an inefficiency over here that hasn't been filled yet. So this is the 2,400 mark. Oh, it's at a beautiful spot, 2,400. Yeah, I do think we're going to see gold come right back down into this 2,406 zone. Let me just put a support over there. So we've got a support. When you're trading, you must look for these inefficiencies. So basically, when you see a big candle and it comes down like this, one big candle over here got filled properly. You know, it got filled properly and then went. This big candle over here got filled properly, actually twice, got filled twice. Let me just make a line there as well. Okay, so that's also a support, got filled actually twice. It makes me think that I'm in a buying position in the gold. I might be on the wrong side of that. I might be on the wrong side of it, and I definitely do think that I'm on the wrong side of it, because I do think we're going to see a pullback on this gold back to this 2004 $2,400 level, or $2,400, as there is an inefficiency here that hasn't been filled yet. This candle, this green candle over here, hasn't been filled. I might be wrong, but look today's date. Today is the 4th of September. Yeah, I don't think the bulls are going to hold on to this line over here. I think I must actually just jump out of that gold that I'm in at the moment, because it is fighting down. I think I must just jump out of that gold. There's a 2,500. You see, if I can, what I'm thinking about now is, yes, we do find support here around the 2,500. We are finding some support, but I don't think it will be enough, because we do need to still fill this gap over here. This gap needs to be filled here. Yeah, okay. So from my side, I think I made a mistake with the gold, but it happens, you know, not all trades work out, not everything is a perfect one. Looking at it from the daily time frame now, I do think that I do think we might be seeing a I don't think, the next run will be the 2,600. Where's the 2,600? That should be the next. I'm just going to make a mental note of this. Okay, and I'm going to color it red. That should be the next line of resistance over there. Let me just make a nice 2006. That should be the next line of resistance. But like I said, I don't think the bulls have got enough in them to keep this support, the 2,500 support. I don't think so. It's already below the 2,500, so they've already lost the 2,500. $2,474. Because it's been 1, 2, and then the bulls pushed through there. I don't think we're going to have enough to hold on to this, especially with this gap still here. I do think we might see a little bit of a drawdown back down to this 2,400. Yeah. That's my honest opinion. That's just from looking at it from my point of view, because all gaps need to be filled. All gaps need to be filled. Yeah, that's my opinion on this. But I'll keep you guys updated as the day go along. I'm just waiting for MT5 also just to start working as well. Good morning, train. As soon as MT5 starts working, then I will definitely also jump on live and give my opinion. But I'm really in two minds here. And remember, this has got nothing to do with my trading strategy. This is just me strategizing or visualizing basically where markets potentially can go. I like to do that sometimes, just reverse out to the daily time frame so I can have an overall view of what the market is doing, where it's moving towards, what's happening to it. Because once you reverse out to the daily time frame, you can basically start planning ahead and get a better view of what is happening in the market. That's why I like to reverse out to the daily time frame every now and then and just mark out these levels of where I think price might go, where the next move is, and where the whatever is, so then I can see what's happening. And then from there you go down to the 30-minute time frame, and then you've got a mental note of where the markets might go. So when markets move in a direction, you're not surprised by it, or you're not like, oh, caught off guard, because you've already planned ahead from where price are likely to go. All right, but yeah, that's it from my side. I'm not going to take much of your time. I hope you guys have a good trading day on this lovely Wednesday, and yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if there's something you want me to have a look at, and maybe just give my input on it. Feel free to ask in the comments. It's free. I'm not going to charge you anything. I'm not going to sell you anything. I don't want to sell anything. I'm just trading on live, and if you find value in it, by all means. If you want my opinion on something, just put it in the comments down below. And yeah, let's grow our little channel. It's a little YouTube channel. It's a small little YouTube channel, but I don't give a shit. It's just nice. It's just nice to trade, and it's nice to share my trading method and style and my stupidity sometimes with you guys. And if you have an opinion or you have got a better idea, also post in the comments. Two minds are better than one. So if you have an idea, post it down in the comments. Let's just grow a little channel here and start a channel of, serious traders. People that are not there that's trying to sell you any shit. Just people trading. From my side, have a good one. Cheers.